My name's John McDonnell. I'm the Member of Parliament for Hayes and Harlington, and I chair the all-party group on the Punjabi Committee in Britain. As you know, next Thursday, the 28th of February, there will be a debate in Parliament which will be debating the death penalty in India, and also we'll be looking at other human rights issues within India as well. That debate came about as a result of a community campaign, the Kesri Lehar campaign, the Wave of Justice campaign. Literally tens of thousands of people have come together in our country, and they've, made their voice heard. They've expressed their concern about the threat to a number of lives that there are in India at the moment, about their concern about human rights abuses as well. As you most probably know, what happened was they launched a petition, and that petition called upon the UK government to address the issue of the death penalty and human rights abuses in India. People simply called for debate within Parliament, and that campaign, first of all, launched a petition, got over 100,000 people signed the petition, put it on the internet, went round Gurdwaras, people's homes, urging them to sign the petition. It was a massive campaign of popular, popular concern being expressed by the people. Then what happened, we had a lobby in Parliament before Christmas, autumn of last year. Large numbers of people turned up, spoke to MPs and said, this is an important issue for us. We want our Parliament to debate this issue. Why? Because we want to send a message to the UK government and also to the Indian government. The UK government, we want them to say to India, as a friend of India, that no country now should have the death penalty, and all countries should address human rights abuses. We want the Indian government then to join countries across the world, sign up to the international treaties and conventions that ensure that the death penalty is abolished once and for all within India itself. What we need to do is to ensure that pressure is kept up, and that's what people have done. I want to thank people for what they've done. Within community after community, right the way across our country, people have come together, they've held meetings, they've petitioned. Yes, there's been demonstrations and marches, the lobby of Parliament took place, individual MPs have been spoken to, and the culmination of that campaign, the first stage of that campaign now, is the debate next week in Parliament. What I'm hoping to do is ensure that MPs from all political parties come together to express with one voice the popular concern that we have about the continuation of the death penalty. There are too many people on death row within India itself. What our campaign is about is ensuring that the Indian government now recognises the scale of the concern that there is in this country, but now this campaign is also spreading right the way across Europe, because others right the way across Europe are also doing the same thing, raising petitions and asking their parliamentary representatives to raise the issue within their individual nation-state parliaments. So next Thursday, let me explain what will be happening. There will be a resolution put before the House of Commons which calls for the Indian government to abolish the death penalty. That will be debated. What normally happens is the debate will start around about 11:30 in the morning. We can't be sure because there might be other government urgent business that has to be dealt with before our debate starts. What will then happen is that I'll speak for about 10 or 15 minutes outlining the basic demands of the Kesri Lehar, the Wave of Justice campaign, and saying what we want the UK government to do. And basically what I'll be saying is that no country should have the death penalty at the moment. The UK government should be addressing the Indian government and saying, join us in signing up to those international treaties to abolish the death penalty. I'll also be outlining some of the history of the human rights abuses that have taken place in India, particularly what's happened within the Punjab over the years and how they should be addressed. Other MPs will then join in the debate, and the debate usually lasts about 2 to 2.5 hours. At the end of the debate, usually in the last 15 minutes or so, a government minister will respond. Now what we're hoping is that the government minister will make it very, very clear the government's position. So far we've had a success of this campaign is that government ministers have told us that yes, they support pressing the Indian government to abolish the death penalty. We want to go a bit further than that. We want to ensure that every time a government minister from this country meets with an Indian government minister and Prime Minister to Prime Minister, we want to ensure that this issue is on the agenda so that the pressure on the Indian government is relentless and that we're successful in the end. We're hoping that people will come and watch that debate. Of course, people can watch the debate on television. There'll be Sangat TV and Parliamentary TV. It will be broadcast live. So yes, by all means watch the debate. But if people can come to Parliament to witness it, please do so. In the public gallery at the House of Commons, there's only about 120 seats, so it's usually quite packed. and people will have to come early and queue. But what we'll try and do is make sure that there are other rooms people will be able to come to as well, overflow rooms, where they'll be able to watch the debate on television too. I think the more people that we get there, the more I think the pressure on the UK government and the more pressure on the Indian government to recognise that people take this matter seriously. This isn't just a small number of people coming together with a bee in their bonnet, a small group of people lobbying over something that they're only concerned about. I think this has swept the country. I think this is a massive campaign, and we've proved that time and time again. If we can maintain the momentum of this campaign in this country, I think we'll have a breakthrough. I genuinely think we can convince the Indian government to abolish the death penalty and look at some of the human rights abuses that have taken place. But I also think we'll inspire other countries. This issue is already being taken up within the European Parliament. It's being taken up in other European countries as well. So it just shows you what people can do. This is people power in action. This is a real successful community campaign. A small group of people come together, they talk to others, the momentum builds up, the whole community comes together, it lobbies their members of Parliament, we influence the policy of a government, and actually now setting the international agenda. This has been an extremely successful campaign. I want to thank everyone who's been involved in the Kesri Lehar campaign. I just want to say thanks to you all of those who've gone round the petitions, who've attended meetings and joined us in the lobbies. This next stage is important though. Put as much pressure as you can on your local MP. Contact them, give them a ring, drop them a letter, drop them an email. Just say, come along on Thursday, intervene. Even if they don't want to do a full speech, at least turn up and intervene. Put questions to the Minister. Do interventions about individual points that they want to raise, even if it's just a narrow point that they want to make, or if they want to talk on the general subject. Just get them to come along, because the more people we have in that Commons chamber, more MPs we have attending, the more I think we'll be able to influence the agenda. But if you can come along, please do so. If not, watch it on television. Drop me a line and let me think what you think after the debate as well. We'll be looking at the next stage of this campaign. We want to maintain the pressure on the Indian government as much as we possibly can. So yes, this has been successful. I'm grateful, I'm really grateful, and I'm thankful for all those people who've worked so hard to secure this debate. But this is the latest stage in the campaign, and we will not give up. We will not give up. That's the message to the Indian government. We will not give up until we secure justice. We will not give up until the death penalty is abolished, until human rights abuses are addressed. Thanks for all that you're doing, and you can rest assured that I'll be continuing this work and continuing this campaign until we are successful.